My name is Rhapsody, his name is Orbital Potato, and welcome back to How to Beat Tharsis. Alright, we made this decision last time. We're going with the left option. If you're looking for the reasoning behind that, that is at the end of the last episode, which is linked in the playlist description down below. Food goes on mechanic, right?
Food goes on the mechanic. Yep, we talked about that last time as well. We're going to lose this food if we bank it, so there's literally no good reason to keep the food at all.
Yep.
Do we want to distribute some of this cannibalized meat? Is that something that we actually want to do at this moment?
I'm not down with that until maybe next week. Definitely in the last week I'm fine with cannibalizing, but at the same time, if you want the achievement for ethical space journalism... Journalism? Ethical space
Wow.
It's about ethics in space journalism. If you want the achievement.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, if you want the achievement, we can avoid that.
This is actually really, really good, I think. This is a very, very good result for us. Like, these events, very, very good. At least in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think we might end up, like, because we can just ignore the H2O pH balance.
Yeah, like totally. Both of the negative food events. I mean, what these events basically mean is that there cannot be a worse event that actually spawns in these rooms. So minus food is great because that literally does nothing. Because we have no food. It's not like we've banked food for this entire gosh darn game, so to speak. So I'm completely okay with leaving those two events. And the events that we have to solve, this is the dirtiest of them all, and this is going to be, you know, pretty easy to solve. This guy's got 5 die and it's only 6. And then this is only the 5 that's actually voided. I mean, even this one, it's a 21, and it's only status. So, wow, I think we got real lucky this turn. Real lucky.
I would tend to agree. First things first, though, I think we might have to end up using the special tools to help the captain repair the ship up the very top. Because I'd like to get some assists to help out the... I mean, mechanic or doctor or specialist, depending on who we want to roll first. But... if he's doing that for that reason, we need to roll him first.
I again think that the captain is going to be going first. I think that it's a smart move as well. Because let's face it, we're probably going to burn the assist on a status 3 or a status 1 or whatever. And if we've got the opportunity to regain those assists, then that would be really, really powerful for the mechanic especially. I think that that's totally a good call right there. Yeah, so let's do it. Let's do it. And Orbital Potato, roll well. You're the captain. Don't let people down.
Here's where he rolls 4 6s. Let's go.
Not quite. He's not that good, I'm afraid. It is actually good enough. Like this right here plus the special tools is actually enough to repair like the entire module. But
I mean, it is, but we should bank the 6 and re-roll first.
Yeah, totally agree with you there. Because, you know, chances are that these two are going to reroll as higher than what they currently are right now, so.
That's higher. It's very slightly higher.
I mean...
unfortunately, we still have to use all of them, right? Because it's 16 gets us... Yeah. 5 away. We don't have a 5 die, which also means we can't increase assist this turn.
You know, we could just let this damage happen here. It's only 1 damage.
It is, but we have so many events we're leaving on the ship.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Do you want to leave another one on the ship?
I'm just suggesting. I'm just thinking logically, because the assists are way more valuable. I mean, okay, let's think about it this way, right? We have two other events that are actually going to damage our ship. One is going to damage our ship for 2 points. One is going to damage our ship for 3 points. The assists are almost more valuable than repairing this module.
Totally agreed.
So, you know what? I think, totally we should burn the 6 on the assists. Is that something that you want to go for? You down with that?
I'm down. I'm down with this.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. That's good.
I'd say chuck a 3 in research projects, and then the other 2 just get burnt in repair.
Yeah. I think that, you know what? That's actually the correct option. I really, really do. I couldn't I couldn't be more happy with that. I
Mhm.
think, I think we're prioritizing the events that actually really matter. So next is the mechanic. Surely must be
Yeah,
the mechanic because I mean,
it
yeah,
is.
it's got to be the mechanic. I was just thinking if there was any other way that we could do it, but it's got to be the mechanic, of course.
Because if he goes in with no assist and loses between 3 and 4 of his die, we're
Yeah,
suddenly very fucked.
yeah, yeah. I mean that's perfect. I mean he burns 1 assist, no biggie, right? No biggie at all. So, not too disappointed with that.
Interesting. Interesting.
All right.
Well, I
Yeah.
think we go like 6 obviously does the repair, 5 does the ship for 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think after that we have a debate to make about what we want to do with the twos.
I mean, I think what we want to do, yeah, like as you've talked about already, 6 goes up to repair, 5 goes over to the ship. I reckon we bank 1, 2, and then we re-roll the other 2, because the only thing that can really help us is that 1, unless we want to go for the repair arm, and
Yeah.
and burn all the die in there. In which case, yay, let's go buck
Still
wild with the
banking a 2
twos.
is a good idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
so bank a 2, do the 5, do the 6, and then reroll.
All right. Yeah, so I think banking a 2 is good. And a 4 and a 5. I think that's actually too high enough value die to warrant burning all of our research on the ship arm. I think it is.
I mean, otherwise we wouldn't be able to use them doing anything. So I'm 100%
Yeah.
behind. 2 goes into the research project, repair arm, and then 4 and 5.
Yeah, I mean, unless we wanted to stick points in movement damage, but we don't even really want to move anybody this turn, so it's not even that big a deal. There we go. Fantastic. Alright. I think that, all things considered, went spectacularly. I really, really do.
It went about as well as could be expected.
Yeah.
Maybe a little above, especially considering the status of the ship at the moment. What do you want to do with the specialist and the doctor is something I'm finding interesting. Who do you want to have roll first?
I think... I'm thinking that it is possible. It is possible for the specialist to do it by herself. Although, would it be more valuable to just say, hey, doctor, you do it because you're almost guaranteed to do it with your 5 die. Whereas, with a specialist, if 1 die gets voided, then, it could be unlikely to achieve that score of 14. Worst comes to the worst. Although I think it would be possible. So I would probably say, yeah, fuck it, let's roll the specialist in here first.
Really?
Well, the reason that I'm sort of hesitant about that is because if we roll the doctor first, and the specialist has to go second, then the specialist can regain the die with any of her spare die, so to speak.
That's true.
In the research
Definitely
mechanic. And that's probably something she wouldn't have the ability to do if she rolled first. But she might. I don't know. It's a bit of a toss-up. What do you think? What's your reasoning here?
She would have to get a 14 off of 3 die. Like, that's a 6, a 6, and a 2, right? On average, that's not going to happen. I think the doctor rolls because it's relatively likely that she can resolve it in 4 die and use a 5 to do a group heal.
Yeah.
Which is only available if she rolls first. Because the specialist, I mean, like, if the person who rolls first resolves it, the other person leaves the room.
Yeah, exactly. And tries to fix controls unresponsive. So yeah. All right. Yeah. Doctor rolling first. I mean, it's really essential that we fix this up because that's 3 ship damage that we're going to be taking if we don't resolve this, which is going to suck.
I mean, look, we've got a research project. We can do this at any point if we really need to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I think toss the 6 and the 4 down and then reroll, because if any of those becomes a 4 or above, we toss it in dice hold, I'd say.
Yeah.
If any of those becomes 4 or above, we can resolve it in 3 die only. Just super powerful.
And not to mention
and
the fact...
we've still got 2 assists.
Exactly. I mean, banking 2 assists, so powerful. All right. This is really good.
I mean, it's... if one of those 3s was a 4, it would be so much better.
Yeah. But, shit happens. Shit happens.
Hang on. Do we have a play where we use the special tools this turn to save a die? Well, save 2 die, actually.
Save 2 die, yeah. I mean, what could we do? I mean, it would be a 3 and a 4. A 3 and a 4 plus special tools, and that would give us a 3, a 6, and a 6. I would say we probably put that in there, and then that down into science. I think that that's a good play, actually.
Yeah, leaves her on 5. Sorry,
Yeah.
on 5 die. On top of getting us a 6 banked in the research projects.
Yeah,
And it even rerolls something, because honestly, our research projects at this point, except for special tools, are hot trash.
Yeah, yeah. I actually think that that's a pretty good move. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's bloody well do it.
Okay, next opportunity, we're re-rolling those, because hack,
Yeah.
snack, and energy
Hot
attack.
trash. Hot trash, as you would say. Alright. Wow. That, all things considered, that went pretty darn good. And we've still got one person spare. I mean, everybody's looking pretty now. You know, they're pretty healed up, which is kind of nice.
They're in a pretty good position, which is very important to me, especially considering that next turn, we're probably going to want to take more damage on those guys so we can get food to give to Jim.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Orbital at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, let's give food to me. I'm all for this this sort of measure. Alright. Next thing that we need to think about. Do we want to say, hey, go and repair the ship, or go and repair the imminent damage to the ship? Or do we want to say, no, let's go and look at something else, let's try and fix something else, let's prioritize you know, some other thing? What do you think is the correct option here?
Well, without taking damage, the only thing she can do is reroll in her current room. Like, the only thing she can do is reroll in her current room and try and bank research points as well as regain her die. And actually, the more I talk about it, the more I want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, because the other options are like chuck her in ship. She repairs the ship by a maximum of 1 point. That's so inefficient, especially
so
considering
stupid,
it uses 2 die.
Yeah.
You know, chuck her in health. She regains 2 health and puts some into the repairs. Chuck her in control unresponsive, and it's entirely possible she doesn't even resolve it.
Yeah.
I honestly want another heavy 5-hitter for next turn.
Yeah. You know what? I do feel inclined to agree with you. I don't know, though. I mean, how are we going to resolve controls unresponsive next turn? I mean, assume that this is the worst event next turn. The captain, theoretically, is not going to be able to solve it by herself.
Yeah.
So...
Very true.
That's kind of sucky.
It is. It definitely is. I mean, because we'd have to resolve... Like, we'd have to rely on getting food from the event or dice from the event for the captain to really resolve that themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I'm super hesitant to chuck the specialist in there, because then we've got 2 units on 3, 1 unit on 4, 1 unit on 5.
Yeah.
And the ability for another 30 to spawn on the map. I mean, I guess we can do it, but it also gives up my ability to possibly re-roll through a bunch of these trash options we have.
Yeah.
It's probably the better play long term, though. All right, specialist controls is fine.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the better play. I'm thinking about it, and I'm not entirely sure if it is the better play. Because maybe we should think that having those hard hitters is much more prioritizable, shall we say?
I mean, we're making the best of a bad situation at the moment, because in most successful Tharsis playthroughs I've seen, by this point, there is nothing on the map.
Yeah. But this game is all about making the best of terrible situations. Like, fucking terrible situations. So
the tutorial is 2 of your friends dying and your ship getting blown to pieces.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. Do we want to play greedy? You know what? I think we've shown an affinity for greed this entire time, so I think we should deploy.
I'm down. I'm totally down to be greedy if we want to.
You know
we
what?
might even... Well, actually, hang on. Let's think about it for a second from a different perspective. If we sent her into controls unresponsive, what we're saying is we're going to cannibalize next turn.
Yeah.
That's what we would be saying. We'd have to feed the captain and the specialist human meat in order to get them into any decent position. Are we fine with cannibalizing next turn?
I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of cannibalizing myself, but I know you Australian folk are somewhat of an interesting breed. Um,
I
so
was wondering, where's this going? I don't
um,
recall any cannibalism in our history, and your history is, let's face it, a lot longer than ours.
that's a very good point. That's a very good point. I mean, yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so we either have the specialists to
Oh man.
stay in here and regain. I mean, we're in a better die-based situation if we do that next turn, do the cannibalism. And maybe their stress doesn't matter so much. They do stress out by like 40% though when they eat human meat.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I'm not a fan because that would take potato up to, I don't know, like 60% or something, or 70% even.
70.
Yeah, 65, 70, yeah, something like that.
Honestly, I think overall that might be the better play, but I'm completely happy to have the specialist reroll in this room and regain her die. Because I just want to get rid of these research projects. They are absolute
Yeah, they're pretty
balls.
bad. You know what? I mean, there is the possibility that we get a choice that gives every crew member one extra die, right?
It's totally true.
So there could be a +1 health or -1 health for one extra die on everybody. You know, that's totally possible. Or there
Those
could
are
be,
relatively common, yeah.
or there could be an option for us to get some food, in which case suddenly the captain's sitting pretty. But in any situation, the specialist will have a max of 4 dice unless she goes here. So
Okay.
I don't know. I'm very
I'm down.
conflicted about
Honestly,
this.
it will give. She's got the extra amount of rerolls, so we do have more things that we can do with the research project. We've got flexibility in our research project,
Yeah.
but I want to get a 1 in there and immediately reroll the fucker because there's nothing you can do with these. They're supremely over. Like the only one there that I would ever use is energy boost in like a super desperate situation, but I never let people get that low.
Yeah.
On die.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. What do you want to do? Make the executive decision. It's all on you. It's all on you right now. All on you.
Fuck off. I've already told you I want to cannibalize, but I'm totally okay with re-rolling in this room. And
all right,
because there's a lot of
You've said it now. We're in here.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right.
Oh, she has to roll a 3, by the way, to regain die, but that shouldn't be so bad. She's got 3 rolls.
Yeah, exactly. It's totally easy. All right.
Don't do anything with any of them until we have the regain die done, so we have to re-roll again.
Do we want to re-roll all of these?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. That's
The regaining die is like primary super. Okay, perfect. Regain die.
Regain die.
A 1 is the lowest thing we'll ever roll, so chuck a 1 into research project.
Are you sure? Like,
I mean, we could also just re-roll immediately and then spend a 6 to re-roll later, possibly. Because if we re-roll and we get another 6, then we have to spend the 6 for the it's fine. Just re-roll first, then.
I think that's the correct call. I really do.
I mean,
so, yeah.
it allows us a lot of re-roll. Like, if we get a double, that's the thing that I was looking at. Like, I really don't want a set of doubles in this re-roll.
Yeah.
But then we can just invest it, because 6 is our highest currently. We can just invest the double down into research projects and then re-roll and put the other one back. That's fine.
I think shuffling first is we should try and make an effort to call it shuffling, because then it sounds like, you know, rolling die. But yeah, I think we should shuffle first. Sure. I think we should shuffle first and then see what we get. If it's good, great, we keep all these. If it's not, then we burn the 1 for another reroll. If not, we burn the 3. I reckon. I don't really want to burn the 6 a second time, but
I want to roll first. The die, that is.
You want to roll these die again?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Why wouldn't I?
Because we could just burn the 6 here and then stick the 6 down there and then use all the die into research.
Oh, okay. I mean, ultimately it doesn't matter.
It's never going to get better than this.
Do the shuffle.
And yeah, all right, yeah. I mean, it's never going to get. I mean, the only way that it could be better than this is if we get a 5 here and a 4 here, and the chances of that happening are
slim.
You're slim, exactly. And if we roll a double, then that's at least one research point that's going to go to waste, which I don't want to see happen. So I'm happy to
Come on, shuffle.
Okay,
I'm in
I'm
suspense.
shuffling. There we go.
MCC override, we're perfect. Okay, all go down.
Okay, good.
We've even got to prevent void, which is one of our rooms has void in it at the moment, but we might get more.
Yeah,
right.
It's possible. It's possible. -1 food, that does absolute fuck all. And the other -1 food does absolutely nothing either. Alright. This is exactly what I was hoping for, actually. I mean, this is a pretty good scenario, to be honest. This gives us a lot of flexibility. No, I really do. This is a very, very good option. I mean, let's face it. We can go for the 30% stress reduction. That's fantastic. That's really, really good. Or we can go for the +1 food. You know, the -1 die kind of sucks, but, you know, we're effectively redistributing our die, aren't we? I mean, that's exactly what we're doing.
You're taking two characters with 5 die, making them 4 die, and then making a different character 5 die. Like, you are redistributing 2 dice is all that does.
That's it.
I think that's way less effective than having 2 characters get to 0% stress.
I couldn't agree more. I really think that the stress reduction is amazing. I think that is totally the way that we should go.
I totally thought you were leaning the other way, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
No. I do think that these are really good options. I mean, we've got to bear in mind, right, that the positioning of all of the people would mean that this option isn't total trash. Simply because that if we decided to give Potato that extra square of food, then that would mean that
he resolves the crisis. Yeah,
it basically guarantees the resolving of the crisis. Which is that worth 2 die? I think that's no, exactly. I think that's up for quite heavy debate, but I think it's probably not. And even if it was, is the 30 stress reduction, you know, too big to pass up? Yes, it's too damn big to pass up. It's so good. It's so good.
Exactly. I was about to say, is that worth the redistribution of the die? That's not what I'm looking at. Is that worth 2 people on being 0 stress? Not even close.
It's so unbelievably valuable, should I say. I mean, it's so good.
Totally agreed.
I mean, that's a 60% reduction in stress. I mean, it's not actually a 60% reduction.
In effect, it's more like 25 to 30%.
Yeah,
but it is definitely very good. All right, so that's going to be the decision we're going to make at the very beginning of the next episode. My name has been Rhapsody. His name has been Orbital. The name of the game has been Tharsis. Hopefully, you've been enjoying yourselves, and we will see you next episode.
Bye.